All right, guys, so welcome back. This is Chubby Retro with another issue of EGM. Today we're going to jump ahead. We're going to jump to issue 123 of October 1999. As you can see, it's a little bit thicker than the other ones we've been looking at recently. Obviously has Spider-Man, so it's information on the game, the movie, and the TV show. How will you connect your Dreamcast to the net? So obviously Dreamcast is out, and games inside: WrestleMania 2000, Grand Theft Auto 2, Zelda Gaiden. Interesting. So let's take a look. Let's see the back cover. Dino Crisis. Good game. They just, I think, remastered that recently or re-released it. So as we open it up, we have an ad for Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. It's a fold-out, basically 3-page ad with some screenshots for PlayStation. So see, as you're seeing, there's going to be some different ads in here versus what we've been seeing, consistently, maybe the last 2 or 3 episodes. Gauntlet Legends, a multiplayer gauntlet game for Nintendo 64 and PlayStation. I remember I had the Tengen Gauntlet game for Nintendo, which was the unauthorized, that black cartridge that Tengen was making. It wasn't licensed by Nintendo, but it still worked. Xena Warrior Princess on PlayStation, and it was also a very popular TV show, piggybacked off of Hercules, and it was on USA. Never got into that show, never got into Hercules, but here's the ad for the game. And so we have some new writers, some new editors now in 1999 for EGM. There's also, you're seeing some ads for Dreamcast games. Trick Style, which looks like a futuristic, skateboarding or game where you can do tricks, kind of like a futuristic Tony Hawk. 2-page ad for Jet Force Gemini. The bigger they come, the harder they squish. Fun game. One of Rare's last games for the system, I think. Sonic Adventure for Sega Dreamcast. And then we see here the Tron, Spider-Man, Seaman, Final Fantasy VIII, articles. Tiny Tank for PlayStation. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. So now this has been released, and N64 and PlayStation. Game Day 2000 with Terrell Davis, number 30, on the cover of the game. We have letters to the editor. We have a Sprite ad here that you can, I guess, cut this out. We have this Levi's. They try to get hipper with their L2 line. I don't think it really did well, but as you can see, Mervyn's, Kohl's, Goodies, and Sears. Sears is no longer. I don't know what Goodies is. Mervyn's is no longer, so there's potentially only 4, maybe 1 still standing, maybe 2. And it looks like there's a video game where you can milk a cow. Fighting Force 2. Now this is the sequel on Dreamcast, and I mean the graphics jump up dramatically over the PlayStation, the original PlayStation Fighting Force that we have seen some ads about in the past. Of course, the letter art, and you see now they have some ads here for apparel, trying to target that audience of maybe make it more of a lifestyle magazine rather than EGM. And then some letters and a simple ad here, Dreamcast. This is the art. I always thought that was a very good looking system. I like the Dreamcast. I like the way it looks. The controller, once you get it in your hands and use it, it's actually pretty good. And so this is the Soul Calibur on Dreamcast. Army Men, Sarge's Heroes, by 3DO for PlayStation and N64. Always heard these were good games. I never played them. Hold mail authorization. Hold the mail because you're going to be so invested in this game that you're not even going to be able to get your mail. Sega and AT&T get connected. So now we're talking about their online gaming platform with the Dreamcast. How I guess they made a deal with AT&T Worldwide Internet Service and preferred ISP for the Dreamcast. Neutron to hit theaters in 2002. Wow, 23 years ago. Some more Mario grows up. Mario's next adventure won't be on the N64. Instead, the mascot will be appearing in a new game for the Dolphin to be available at the system's launch in 2000. Well, that ends up being Mario Sunshine. Duke Nukem 0 Hour, a Nintendo 64 game. The Hilfiger Game Boy. I'm sure that's valuable now. And then we have Star Wars The Phantom Menace coming out on PlayStation and PC. Championship Motocross featuring Ricky Carmichael, a motocross game. Test Drive 6, which is, I assume, a racing game? But is it like just racing, or is it more of like run from the cops and type of stuff? A video game ad. Still waiting for the latest games. Get games delivered to your door the same day they hit stores at GameStop.com. Powered by Babbage's and software, etc. Interesting. So did GameStop, actually the name GameStop started as a website and then it ended up going to the retail section? Let's see. NHL Championship 2000 ad for Fox Sports. And some, I guess, homemade fanzines that people make. Nintendo plans for Space World Splash. An ad for You Don't Know Jack. Designing games with the power to groove. Parappa, I'm assuming they're talking about. Lammy versus Parappa. Which character in the Parappa Lammy series is your favorite? Everybody says Parappa, which is 69%. And then an ad here for Heat.net, which was, I guess, an online multiplayer host. Dreamcast Ready to Rumble Boxing, which was a fun arcade game, arcade boxing. Top selling games of June, you have Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, Star Wars Episode 1, and Super Smash Bros. And Super Mario Bros. Deluxe on the Game Boy Color, I think. And then you have a Showtime.com, new episodes every Friday. Whirl Girl, sometimes a girl's got a whirl. Okay. Coming soon. And then we have Grand Theft Auto 2. I never could get into the top-down Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't until Grand Theft Auto 3 that it kind of grabbed my interest. And then Revolt. Now, I vaguely remember this game. I never played it, but I mean, it looks interesting. It looks cool. Final Fantasy VIII. Funny thing is, Final Fantasy VIII I have, but I've never played it. And so, yeah, I have Final Fantasy VIII. I bought it because of all the hype from Final Fantasy VII. So I thought, well, you know what? I'm not into RPGs. Let me get into them. Bought the game, opened the game, never played it. Never. I still have it. Never played it. Wu-Tang Shaolin Style. I think it's a fighting game. Featuring Method Man, RZA, Jizza, Old Dirty Bastard, Raekwon, Master Killer, U-God, Inspector Deck, and Ghostface Killer. Featuring 3 original Wu-Tang tracks. Top 5 previews. Let's see. Zelda Gaiden, Legend of Mana, Seaman, Grandia, Strider 2. Which of the following systems has the best RPGs? Well, PlayStation, Nintendo, Super Nintendo. I would not disagree. Atlas Tail Concerto. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing for N64 and PlayStation. Hot Wheels Unleashed for the PlayStation 5 and Switch is actually a pretty fun game. Trick Styles for Dreamcast. NFL 2K, which was a really good game. Slave Zero. Tokyo Extreme Racer. Speed Devils. Back for More, November 99. So ominous. And then you look down here, Turok.com. Back for More Fog. And you can vaguely see Turok. You can faintly see the logo. Blue Stinger for Dreamcast. Project Seaman. Make sure I pronounce that properly. Project Seaman. For Dreamcast, I never got that game. I never got it. Never understood it. House of the Dead 2 for the Dreamcast. So Dreamcast had these ads, this style, and it was very recognizable. It was black, it had this like digital text, and then it had a line of screenshots. Rainbow Six, Deadly Pursuit, and Planet of the Apes. And then we have Star Wars Pit Droids. It's a PC game. Not familiar with that. Croc, Drones, Castlevania Resurrections, and F1 World Grand Prix. And then Dreamcast Konami, Air Force Delta with his bun showing. Dead or Alive 2, Poppin' Music, Dancing Blade Complete Edition, and then we have Arrow Wings for the Dreamcast. MDK2, never played it. I know it was MDK1 was popular. Mortal Kombat Gold, which was an exclusive for Dreamcast. WrestleMania 2000, which was a awesome fun game. Number of hours the WWF is televised each week on USA, UPN, and syndication, 8 hours a week. It's probably the same still, probably 8 hours. Quarterback Club 2000, you can see the ultra high resolution versus the low resolution. Sprocket for Nintendo 64. And Goleman's Great Adventure. This game always intrigued me. NASCAR 2000. Destruction Derby 64. And a new low price at EB World Electronics Boutique. $99 for the PlayStation or N64. N64 had 2 controllers. And then an ad for EB World, Thrasher, Grand Theft Auto. New low price of $99. Games are like 40. Controllers are 30. The Dreamcast was $199. Wow. Madden 40, 50 for the N64 version, of course. Attitude is 60. Sarge's Heroes is 60. I mean, there were games that were like $70, $75 for N64. New low price, 99 Game of the Year, $39.99 for Ocarina of Time. Armorines Project Swarm preview. Toy Story 2 preview. Lego Racers. So I didn't remember, but I guess Lego's always been a thing, huh? Because I mean, there weren't like Lego Toy Story games, but it was, you know, Lego was a popular IP. Knockout Kings 2000, which was a more realistic boxing game. And I remember I used to trip out because in one of them, I don't know if it was no, it couldn't have been 2000. A few years later, a kid I went to high school with, which is a fighter named Michael Anchondo, I think he did good. He never became anything great, but he was actually featured in the game. You could play as him, and I always thought that was weird. It's like I went to school with this guy, and he's in a game. Zelda Gaiden, which probably was Majora's Mask, if I'm not mistaken. NBA Jam 2000, NBA Live 2000, Castlevania Special Edition, and Jet Force Gemini, and an old lady on the bottom. Madden 2000, Mario Party 2, Mother 3, Robot Wars 64, and Custom Robo. We also have an ad for Hybrid Heaven, which, like I mentioned in the past, was a game that looked very intriguing, but I never played it. Of course, some more Army Men games, Sarge's Hero, and Army Men Air Attack. The Wild West Was Never This Wild, Rising Zan, Road Rash 64, Legend of Mana for PlayStation, Chrono Cross for PlayStation, Grandia, G-Police, Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. Now this is a supplemental advertising section, Fighting Force 2. So this, the developer pays for an ad, and they put it in here. It looks like it's actually like a part of the magazine, but it's not, it's an ad. Die Hard Trilogy 2. Now answer this question, guys. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Their 1-800 number, which I don't remember them having, but I guess they did. College football game here. Monster Rancher and Thrasher Skate and Destroy. Fighting Force 2 and NFL Blitz. It's like NBA Jam, but for football. Chocobo Racing, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Quarterback Club 2000, Brett Favre. It's a Dreamcast and N64 game. Fear Factor, Wipeout 3, Twisted Metal 4, NBA Live 2000, Quake 2, Grand Theft Auto 2, Star Trek, Duke Nukem musical score, and Duke Nukem 0 Hour for N64 out now. X-Files, Formula 1, FIFA, and MTV Sports, and an ad for Rainbow Six, One Shot Wonder. Gallop Racers, Cool Borders 4, Dan O'Brien Decathlon, Rollerball, Test Drive Off-Road 3. And a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It's a cartoon that is on VHS. In television classics, Cyber Tiger, Scrabble, Breath of Fire 4, and Koro Q Wonderful. And a ad here for All Stars Tennis 99. Robot versus Robot, Robot Wars. What else do we have here? Astro Trooper. Astro Trooper Vanark, and an ad for Asteroid 64 Hyper. WCW Mayhem on the Game Boy Color, Nintendo 64, and PlayStation. I wonder how that played on the Game Boy Color. And some accessories for PlayStation. These are all officially branded accessories. Oh, here we go. WrestleMania 2000 for Game Boy. Carmageddon for Game Boy, Deja Vu, Tiger Woods, Toy Story 2, Rainbow Six, Deer Hunter, and Zebco. So I guess Game Boy was still alive and kicking in '99. Test Drive Off-Road 3. Who's Your Daddy? Pinball 2000, Star Wars Episode 1, Strider 2, and then we have South Park on Nintendo 64 and PlayStation. That was a lot of fog too. You can tell Acclaim made it just like they made Turok. There was a lot of fog, the draw, the what do they call it, the draw in or whatever was so far out, and they would cover it all in fog. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I had it. I enjoyed it. Silhouette Mirage, an RPG, I believe. And then some more arcade games. Lunar Silver Star, the story complete. Battle Tanks Global Assault on, I think, N64. Yeah, N64. And then the Swing King with a new game in the works, not to mention a movie and a TV series. Spider-Man is back in the swing of things. So Spider-Man was being developed by Activision. Okay, so here's the game. It looks terrible. Spider-Man's popular, man. His IP is popular. That's why Sony doesn't sell them. I mean, they make terrible movies, but they do not want to get rid of them. That's a cash cow. Anything Spider-Man sells. Hardcore Heat, TN Motorsports for the Dreamcast. No Fear, Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. Now, this was a fun game. I had this one. Very fun. Yeah, but back to Spider-Man. I mean, Craven, I hear, is terrible. It's a terrible movie. But they don't want to, get rid of him. They should sell him back, though, honestly. They should sell him back to MCU. Split the profits 60-40 or whatever, but allow somebody that actually cares about the character and wants to develop the character, let them make games. Chessmaster for PlayStation. Okay, and here's Paperboy. I mentioned Paperboy in a previous issue. See, I wish they would have made it look more realistic and not so goofy. Like this goofy art style, it looks like a cartoon, like on Nickelodeon. I wish they would have made it more realistic. It would have been, in my opinion, better. So here's all the villains. Horse racing game. Rhino, Scorpion, Lizard, Dr. Octopus. An ad for Destruction Derby 64. Much delayed flick and new series could be Just a Spin Spidey Needs. Bass Hunter 64, which if you guys watch my N64 boxes video, I had this game and I had it because my dad for some reason wanted to buy it and he wanted to fish on the N64. He bought a whole controller and everything. It was like a fishing rod controller. NHL 2000, and now we have a grudge match. So they're comparing the PlayStation launch game with the Dreamcast launch game. And so Soul Calibur, I mean, look at the reviews, 10, 10, 10, 10 versus 8.5, 7.5, 8, and 8.5. So interesting. The wow factor, is it a good launch game? Does it instill confidence in the console? Does it lure gamers to the system? Demolition Racer, some assembly required. Some more third-party accessories. I didn't like to buy stuff that was not Mad Catz or official Nintendo or PlayStation. And really quick here, we'll go through the reviews. Air Force Delta, Blue Stinger, Hydro Thunder on the Dreamcast, Marvel vs. Capcom, NFL 2K, Power Stone, an ad for Tomb Raider, Fear Factor, Ready to Rumble, Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur. So Soul Calibur was the game of the month. They got all 10s. And then Dune 2000 for PlayStation, I believe. Yeah. Speed Devils, Motorsports, Hardcore Heat, Arrow Wings, Expendable, and Soul of the Samurai for PlayStation here. Marines, Pen Trisalon, Tokyo Stream Racer, Monaco Grand Prix, Mortal Kombat Gold, Flag to Flag. Now some N64 Revolt Racing, Shadow Man, which I heard was really good, WWF Attitude, and an ad for Winback, which I believe is on the Nintendo Online service. Gauntlet Legends, Jex 3, Dino Crisis, Starshot Space Circus Fever, and Madden 2000. An ad for, what game is this? Septerra Core. Final Fantasy VIII, 1,000 Arms, G-Police, Weapons of Justice, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Madden 2000, Neo Geo Pocket Color ad, Metal Gear Solid VR missions, Football 2000, NCAA Game Breaker 2000, this Vibration C in Tensor FX, Game Day 2000, Omega Boost, RC Stunt Copter, some ads, Jammer Lammy, Championship Motocross, Pac-Man World 20th Anniversary, WWF Attitude, and Trick and Snowboarder, along with Crusaders of Might and Magic. An ad for a tournament for Madden, a review archive, and it says here, if you're going to buy it on toysrus.com or buy.com, it's cheaper. So now we're getting into the online. Okay, so this is like the controller that my dad bought. He bought a Mad Catz one, I think, but it was for N64, and it actually had like the reel, and it had a little bit of rope that when you would, it would kind of come in a little bit. But yeah, what is this? Rayman 2 for N64 and Dreamcast. It's a cool artwork. And some tricks here, Goofy codes for Mario, Golf, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, Dex Drive Sites of the Month, where you can download game saves, I guess. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, an ad for Earthworm Jim 3D. The 1-900 number again, I don't know, I didn't realize they had that. Carmageddon 2. And now we're starting to see some games on Mac. Some more Game Shark codes, so if you want to screenshot that, ebworld.com. Some more tricks for Dreamcast, Tekken Tag Tournament. Now they're advertising some toys in the back. Some more toys. So towards the end of the magazine, they started advertising clothes or toys or electronics, kind of like just a tie-in. So buying consoles, they had the final word, an article here about buying consoles the day that they come out. I mean, it's kind of like if there's a big movie that comes out, and if you don't watch it the first day it comes out, then why even go? Because at that point, I mean, everybody's already talking about it, so it's like, you have to go, you have to get the console the day they come out. It's just, you have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If not, then don't even. And some more imported ads. Another ad for Game Shark and Dino Crisis. So once again, guys, thank you so much for taking a look at this magazine with me, issue 123 of EGM. Go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody that has subscribed and is watching my videos. Thank you so much. And I will catch you on the next one.